How does a fairy tale start? Once upon a time. Well, first of all, I want them to start reading because it's going to increase their skills, period. I mean, for every subject, you're going to have to read, and you have to read with understanding. Who's usually in a fairy tale?
A princess.
Beautiful princess.
Beautiful. She usually is beautiful.
Secondly, I want them to get used to exploring books because they haven't traveled out of this area. And reading, you can travel all over the world. You can learn about everything. Reading in your living room, you can be in France, you can be in England, you can go to any site that you want to go to out of a book. And so I just want them to have the joy of reading because reading to me is very joyful. In a fairy tale, what usually happens?
She's waiting for the
She has a wicked stepmother. And what else does she usually have? How many?
Three.
Three wicked stepsisters. Now, do you see how prior knowledge helps you when you're reading? And that's why it's good for you to read and observe and learn, because then when you're reading other things, you'll be able to put it together. And it's just that simple. And that's why I'm always urging you to read. I even told them, I said, read romance novels. Man, that's why I use things like I did today, you know, something that they would be interested in, like a lost love or something, that they can relate to, and hopefully it will get them involved in wanting to read more. And I use poetry a lot.
What happened to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, and fester like a sore, and then run?
Does it sting like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet?
Maybe just sad, like a heavy load, or does it explode?
Okay, let's talk about that a little bit. Tim, have you had the experience of, you know, a dream that you wanted? Can you understand what they're saying when he says like a heavy load, it sags?
Sorta.
Okay, let's hear it.
I think one time, it was been years ago when I was living in Florida, I tried to get my GED then, and I ended up going another route, and my dream got deferred, so I wasn't able to succeed on that.
Mm-hmm.
So
And so then what made you come back?
I thought about the syrup and the sugar sweet.
Well, that's good. That you probably came to a point in your life where you realized, I'm gonna have to have an education. So what I've been doing last semester with them was not making them write, but okay, let's pull out the points. Let's just go through what points do you see? What is a like, you know, and all that kind of thing. Now, first of all, when I say write, what comes to mind? Oh, I don't know how to write, but you know how to talk. And so all you have to get used to is being comfortable with writing down what you're talking about. And with poetry, I do metaphors and similes and, you know, and so I really incorporate, you know, what they have to learn, but I give them something that they don't know about so that they can start knowing that and they're just absolutely amazed that there's so many things in the world. Can you think of a metaphor?
Yes.
Relax.
Let me think.
Okay. How about an idiom?
Oh, I know about eating them.
Okay, let's hear one.
It's It's rain.
It's
It's
raining.
raining cats and dogs.
All right. I don't make any of those kind of assumptions about my students. I tell them all the time, you can do anything that you want to do. You just have to work at it. You shouldn't be afraid to sit down and put the same thoughts into writing. Why is that hard to do? Because you're separating what you read from what you write.
Right.
And what you're gonna have to do is,
When I'm writing.
why, you didn't get stuck when you were talking?
It's different because like.
Because you separated, that's
It's
why.
like texting and talking on the phone. We can text all day, but the moment you get on the phone, you just don't know what to talk about.
But that's a habit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is. And we can overcome habits. Writing is a learned skill like everything else, and you have to practice, practice, practice it. Everything is learned. And if I can just get that over to them, that all they have to do is apply themselves. But I also tell them that if you want your GED, you have to want it in the gut. If you don't have a gut feeling that this is what I want, you're not going to tackle those things that you have to tackle. I tell them, I need to know that you know. How do I know that you know? Because I can hear it in your speech. I can see it in your writing. And when that happens, it's like magic. That's what I live for.